Kanye West, the provocative polymath whose influence spans music, fashion, and culture, finds himself entangled in a protracted legal saga that threatens to redefine boundaries between art and accountability. At the center is Jenn An, a former America's Next Top Model contestant whose lawsuit accuses West of sexual assault during a 2010 music video shoot, reigniting debates over consent, celebrity power, and the sanctity of creative expression. Filed under New York's Gender-Motivated Violence Act, the complaint paints a harrowing picture of an incident at Manhattan's iconic Hotel Chelsea, where the line between performance and predation allegedly blurred into trauma. West's defense, mounted by a formidable legal team, frames the suit as an assault on artistic liberty, arguing it could punish his creative process and censor his art, a stance that has polarized observers and thrust the case into the cultural zeitgeist. To unpack this, one must rewind to 2010, a pivotal year for West post his infamous Taylor Swift VMA interruption and the release of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, an opus that reclaimed his genius amid personal nadir. The allegations stem from the video shoot for Roux, In for the Kill remix, a synth-pop banger West featured on vocally. Directed by a team aiming for gritty eroticism, the production unfolded in the Hotel Chelsea's hallowed halls, a bohemian landmark where Sid Vicious once infamously stayed, its walls steeped in rock and roll lore from Bob Dylan to Leonard Cohen. And then 25 and fresh off placing fourth in America's Next Top Model Season 13, 2009, was hired as background talent, her lithe frame and striking features clad in revealing lingerie that caught the production's eye. In her filing she details being singled out by West, who allegedly pressured her into a violent sexual act, lasting about a minute, leaving her temporarily unconscious. The act, she claims, was non-consensual, devoid of prior discussion or safe words, transforming a professional gig into a nightmare. West's camp counters fiercely, asserting the interactions were staged performance integral to the video's aesthetic, a defense rooted in the hazy ethics of music video production, where simulated intimacy often skirts consent's edges. They note An's lack of objection during filming or attempts to exit the set, positing her contemporaneous behavior as inconsistent with the claims. Universal Music Group, co-defendant as the label behind the track, echoes this, decrying the suit as a bid to retroactively criminalize collaborative art. The video itself, a black-and-white fever dream of leather and longing, features choreographed vignettes that blur voyeurism and vulnerability, West absent from the US cut but his remix voice haunting the proceedings. Critics of the defense argue it weaponizes art to evade scrutiny, a tactic echoing historical excuses for exploitative sets. Think Duke of Burgundy's BDSM simulations or Nymphomaniac's extremes. Anne's side retorts that power imbalances, West as auteur, her as aspiring model, nullify implied consent, invoking #MeToo's legacy where hierarchy trumps choreography. Anne's backstory adds poignant depth. Emerging from top model under Tyra Banks' mentorship, she navigated modeling's cutthroat world, gracing editorials for Vogue and Elle while advocating for Asian representation. The 2010 shoot was a footnote in her career, but its shadow loomed, she alleges, fostering years of silence until New York's 2022 Adult Survivors Act extended statutes for civil suits. Her complaint seeks damages for emotional distress, medical costs and lost opportunities, framing the assault as a catalyst for stalled ambitions. West, 48 and ever the provocateur, has faced myriad accusations, from workplace harassment at Yeezy to anti-Semitic rants that cost him billions in 2022. This case, however, strikes at his core identity, the boundary pusher whose Yeezus or Donda thrive on discomfort. His lawyers warn of precedent. If this stands, directors of provocative theater, like Hair, or films Eyes Wide Shut, could face suits, chilling expression. Yet advocates counter that art's shield shouldn't absolve harm, citing cases like Marilyn Manson's where testimony pierced creative veils. The Hotel Chelsea's role amplifies the drama. Once a haven for artists, its 2011 closure for renovation symbolized Bohemia's commodification. By 2010, it was a faded icon, its elevators and suites ripe for cinematic grit. And describes the set as claustrophobic, mirrors reflecting fragmented selves, crew bustling under dim lights, heightening vulnerability. West's presence, magnetic and mercurial, allegedly shifted the air. Per the suit, he directed her isolation, the act unfolding amid rolling cameras without intervention. Post-incident, she sought therapy but buried the trauma, only resurfacing amid broader reckonings. West's response? A motion to dismiss, citing laches, delay in filing, and First Amendment protections, positioning himself as victim of cancel culture's overreach. This battle unfolds against West's turbulent 2025, Vulture's trilogy with Ty Dolla $ign polarizing critics, Donda Academy shuttered amid abuse claims, and a presidential flirtation that fizzled. Bianca Censori, his wife, remains a silent enigma, while ex-Kim Kardashian distances via co-parenting posts. Public reaction splits, stans decry clout chasing, while survivors groups amplify An's voice, petitions circulating for accountability. Legally, the Gender Motivated Violence Act, enacted 2000 expanded post-#MeToo, targets gender-based animus, a novel angle here. If it proceeds to discovery, emails, set logs, and witness depots could unearth more, potentially implicating the director or UMG's oversight. Ultimately, this isn't just West versus N, it's a referendum on art's impunity. West's oeuvre, brash, brilliant, broken, thrives on provocation from Runaway, as mea culpa to Jesus' King's redemption arc. But when does genius excuse excess? An's pursuit, brave amid backlash, echoes industry shifts. Intimacy coordinators now standard, consent forms mandatory. As the case grinds on, it forces reflection. Can we celebrate the art without reckoning the artist? In West's world of contradictions, the answer may be as elusive as his next pivot.